Okay, I welcome you to this online class. I'm Teacher Kakuru Benard, who is going to lead you through this session. Those of us who haven't seen me, I'm there. Okay. And so we shall continue with our topic, Internet and the World Wide Web. And today we are looking at the Internet services or services that are offered by the Internet. You could raise up your hand and give us some of those services that are offered by the Internet. Raise up your hand. Or raise your hand. Yes, Arvin? You can unmute and speak. Fiki, what are some of the services that are offered by the Internet? Matovu, what are some of the services offered by the Internet? Okay. In the chat, I see Nakachwa says emailing. That's very good. Email is part of the service offered by Internet. David?
Internet is a source of education. You can do research from the internet.
Okay, online learning. Grace? Unmute and speak.
Banking services.
Banking services, that's good. Another one? Another one? Service offered by the Internet or services. In the chat, Benjamin says research, that's good. Fiki in the chat says health research. Okay, so let's dive into the actual session. We have some of the services that are offered by the Internet. Who can read for us this slide? Anyone willing to take us through this slide? Raise up your hand and we get started. Or I choose at random. Can you see my slide?
Yeah.
Okay, Grace. Grace.
Below, I read, okay. Below are some of the services enabled by the Internet. Part A, Telnet, enables users to use the resources of a computer in another part of the world. This is done by remotely logging to the distant computer, which is called the host. B, email. It allows the transfer of messages, documents, and pictures, among others, across the Internet. C, mailing lists. This is based on the email protocol. As an electronic mailing list, it is very convenient when somebody wants to send a message or newsletter, for example, to many people in one go.
Okay, thank you very much. You can mute. All of us who are not speaking, let's mute. Okay. I want to share my screen here. Tell me you can see my VLC screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, we want to look at the Telnet. After Telnet, we look at email and then we look at the mailing list. Okay, briefly, here is a video that will explain more about Telnet.
What is Telnet? So that is the topic of this video. Now, Telnet is a terminal emulation program that is used to access remote servers. It's a simple command line tool that runs on your computer, and it'll allow you to send commands remotely to a server and administer that server just as if you were sitting in front of it. So when you connect remotely to a server using Telnet, you would just use commands with a keyboard to tell that server what to do. So you can use those commands to run programs, create folders, delete files, create files, transfer files, browse directories, start or stop services, and so on. So pretty much you can do everything even if you're 1,000 miles away from that server. And in addition to communicating with servers, Telnet is also used to manage and configure other network devices, such as routers and switches. And you can also use it to check if ports are open or closed on a server. Now, Telnet can be used with operating systems such as Windows and Mac OS, but it's largely used on Linux and Unix systems. So, as I stated before, Telnet is a command line tool. There is no graphical user interface. It's just a very simple text-oriented utility that'll run on a computer. In fact, you don't even have to have a computer to run Telnet. You can just use a simple dumb terminal. And all the commands are sent by using a keyboard. And because it only sends commands and not graphics, Telnet is very fast. Now, Telnet stands for Teletype Network, and it was developed back in 1969. And because it was developed prior to the internet, security was not really an issue. So with Telnet, all the commands are sent in clear text, so there is no encryption. So if you were to use Telnet today to communicate with a server over the internet, someone could easily eavesdrop and grab any sensitive data that you're sending to that server, such as usernames and passwords. So because of the lack of encryption, Telnet is outdated, and it should not be used over the public internet. But some people still use it today, but largely in a local area network and not over the internet. But also they may have to use it if they are working with older equipment that can't support modern protocols such as SSH. Now, SSH or Secure Shell is a better alternative to Telnet. Secure Shell protects the data from being attacked or stolen as it's being transferred over a network. So as I stated before, if you are sending sensitive data like a login or password, a hacker could be listening and steal the data.
So our video here was more about how Telnet works. Who can tell us what Telnet means? Telnet. Who noted what Telnet is? Who noted what Telnet is? Yes, Fiki. Fiki.
Telnet means teletype.
Come again.
Telnet means teletype network.
That's good. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see my screen. I'm trying to search for a command prompt. You can see my black screen with a blinking cursor. Okay. So here, when working with Telnet, you want to share some files. So you have to use some commands. We have said that it is command-based. So for example, let's say I want to know, let me share only that screen. For example, let's say that I want to know the IP address of my computer. I will search for command prompt. You saw me searching for it. So when I reach here, I will say IP config, and I press enter. So it brings all these. So when you look at this list, basically my IP address now is this 192.168.0.102. That's the name of my computer on the internet now. And now Telnet is basically command-based, and it will help you in sharing files. So if I network two computers, that's how I will use Telnet. More to our slides. We looked at email. Let me now go to another screen for email. So we looked at one of the services as email. Can you see my screen clearly? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So one could go to internet and type gmail.com, and then it loads. So once it has loaded, the speed depends on your network gadget. So after it has loaded, one could do compose. You can compose a message. You can read your inbox, and you can check the messages you sent and the rest. So for example, if I want to compose a message to who can read me his or her email, can read me his or her email.
Enough your part.
Come again, put it in the chat so that I can copy and paste. The first person to type it, I'm the one to send the notes for today. Okay. Okay, I've seen nowhere. Is it Noella? Okay, another one who can also type. Someone is saying can't see the slide. Sure. Okay, there is that email. Yes, you can keep them following. There is that mail. You also add it there. There is that mail. I also add it there. Another mail. Make sure these are correct mails. Eh? I don't want people to complain I didn't see my work. Okay, we can end there. We can end there. Let me send to these ones. Subject, ICT notes, July, that is enough. Then I can now attach the file. I browse it and S5 documents, S5 computer, these notes are here. I attach and send. So there I was composing an email and I've sent it. Those who are on their mails can confirm. Please mute. Okay, that is one way we can use the internet or an internet service is mails. Then we also have mailing lists. So mailing lists, this is where you make very many, like you make a group composed of very many emails. So for example, on internet, you can look for Google Groups. You can search for Google Groups. Google Groups. It is from there you can make one mail that is composed of very many emails. So for example, I'm in this group. This group has a variety of mails in there, and it is called ICT Teachers Uganda at googlegroups.com. So it has over 500 mails. So when we are composing message to send to almost all ICT teachers, I come to my compose. I simply click on compose. So here I can type ICT. So these are all the teachers in that kind of mail. ICT. So it means that if I write a message here, all those ICT teachers in Uganda that are in that Google group, they will receive a message from one person. So like you can have a WhatsApp group where you are sending one message reaching to many people. Also email has that option and we call that mailing list. In the chat, someone says, thanks for the notes. That one has received an email. That's cool. We can go to another slide. Who is ready to read another slide? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Someone ready to take us through this slide, if you can see it. It's okay, Benjamin, take it on. Noella, you read the next.
Not clear.
It's not clear?
Yeah, there's a black screen on
Okay,
it.
let me reshare.
Not clear.
I'm resharing. I'm resharing it. How of now?
Okay.
Yeah.
D. Internet relay chat. In bracket IRC. A live interactive discussion in which parties on the network exchange ideas and observations electronically. Chats are usually organized in what we call chat rooms. E. File transfer protocol. The standard method for transferring files, whether downloading or uploading to and from your computer with another computer on the internet. Then F. News groups. Worldwide discussion areas where notices can be posted for anyone to view. They are equivalent to discussion group or an electronic bulletin board. There are news groups for every conceivable topic and more. e.g., educational technology.
Okay, thank you very much. When you look at internet relay chats, here we are saying that you are chatting. For example, now, if I tell you that, could you please send me a message in the chat? Say hi in the chat section. Some of us don't know where the chat section is. Can you say hi in the chat section? I see, okay, Grace, Benjamin, David, Lillian, Noella, Gladys, Jovita, Rachel, yes, Esther. Okay, that's good. So now if I reply and say, hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. So we are chatting at that real time, and that one you can call it a chat room. We were chatting, internet relay chat. We are using internet, remember. So that is one facility. Someone drawing on my screen?
Yes.
Okay, then a file transfer protocol. Whenever you are on internet, when I was downloading, you saw, I mean, when I was creating an email, to upload the file onto the mail, I used a protocol called file transfer protocol from my computer to the internet. Likewise, when you are on the internet, you are looking at the moments. Okay, so we are looking at file transfer protocol. For example, if I'm on internet and maybe I go to youtube.com and I search. By the way, you need to go on YouTube, search for my channel and learn ICT to your best. So here you can search for Kakuru Benard. There are a variety of videos to help you learn. There are over 56 videos. So when you go there, you get a variety of lessons to guide you study ICT. There are a lot of lessons, database, how to search the internet, how to use Zoom correctly, how to protect your WhatsApp, and the rest. Now, for example, let's say I want to learn how to share screen on Zoom, that video, and I want to share screen. So I tap here, download this video. I choose the quality I need, and then I say download. So that one, I'm done with downloading. This means that I have used a file transfer protocol to get a file from the internet to my computer. Downloading there, that is a protocol and one of the services that is offered by the internet. Then news group, we are saying the worldwide discussion areas where notices can be posted for anyone to view, like news that normally cut across the world. When you heard about pinching Trump and the rest, people could go on Twitter. Twitter is good. You find people are always chatting. They are chatting, posting notices here and there. Next, this one I had promised to read. Was it Noela? Noela, take it on.
Yes. G, World Wide Web. This refers to a global collection of websites consisting of linked electronic documents called web pages stored on internet servers all over the world. The www is the most exciting service that has revolutionized the internet. People use this service to browse for information. H, instant messaging, a combination of real-time chat and email by which short text messages are rapidly exchanged over the internet, with messages appearing on recipient's display screen immediately upon arrival. I, Usenet, a system of worldwide discussion groups.
Thank you very much. Here we are looking at World Wide Web. So whenever we talk about the World Wide Web, your mind should basically run onto the internet. So World Wide Web is internet, where you go and search for content. For example, we want to look at services offered by the internet. By the internet, and I press enter. It brings electronic mail, telnet, file transferring, etc, etc. All those are services offered by the internet. Now, these are the ones we are calling directories. So meaning that you can search from all these tabs. So when I tap here and I open in a new tab, and here you can read different services offered by the internet. Then we also looked at instant messaging, a combination of real-time chat and email. So we have seen emails, we have seen the chat as well. Then Usenet, a system of worldwide discussion groups. So we have many discussion groups that can be created on the internet. Those of us who will subscribe to Yaaka, so here we are. I was saying that for those who will subscribe to Yaaka site, we have a section where you can chat with forums and the rest. I can simply show a sample in case it is near. Those who will subscribe to Yaaka, we have section for groups. In these groups, you can do discussions, you can find friends, you can find those who are following you up, and many other things. So that is one way you can use the Usenet. All these are services offered by the internet. More to that, you wanted to show which other activity? No, next slide. 2. Someone had raised up a hand before, whom I wouldn't love to skip, was Esther. Esther, if you're still on, take it on.
Okay, sir. Internet telephony or voice over IP. Real-time voice conversations transmitted between computers on the internet. K. Web directory. A listing of websites and their URLs categorized by topic. I. Electronic commerce, stroke e-commerce, conducting commercial activities on the internet. M. Social networking, a type of service where users can seek others who share their interests, find out what's going on in their areas of concern, and share information with one another. For example, Facebook, Twitter.
Okay, thank you. Internet telephony, voice over internet or voice over IP address. Then we are looking at a list of websites. All these ones I can show examples. This is my other screen. Okay. You can see my screen again. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's call it phone call.
You can see my screen again?
Yes.
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 2.0.
Yes.
Voice over Internet Protocol, or VoIP, is the technology that lets you turn any device into a phone, as long as there's an internet connection, that is, as well as a way to speak and listen, either through a microphone and speakers or a headphone jack. With VoIP, users can make calls from a computer, smartphone, tablet, VoIP phones, or almost any other mobile device. VoIP works almost like a regular phone, but instead of telephone wiring, it uses an internet connection. A VoIP service will convert a user's voice from audio signals to digital data using codecs, then send that data through the internet. If another user is calling from a regular phone number, the signal is converted back to a telephone signal before it reaches that user. Both consumers and businesses use VoIP. In fact, almost everyone has used VoIP, even without realizing it. Some VoIP phones look exactly like normal phones. If you have a phone at your desk in an office, it's likely a VoIP phone. A VoIP phone could also be a soft phone, or a software application installed on a computer, offered by vendors like RingCentral, Nextivia, Skype, and Google Voice. VoIP phones can also be USB phones, wireless IP phones, video phones, and conference phones. VoIP also helps organizations unify communications. It consolidates communications technologies into one system, supporting audio, video, and text-based communication methods. This is particularly useful for businesses, so teams don't have to use multiple applications to communicate effectively. VoIP boasts other benefits, like additional capabilities like call recording, custom caller ID, and voicemail to email. Lower prices than typical phone bills, support for remote work as employees can call into meetings and communicate in a variety of ways, and low international rates.
Okay, for now we can stop on our advantages. Maybe next time we can look at disadvantages over for voice over internet. Then another point was about web directories. Let me go back to the web browser. Web directories, these are the ones we call web directories. So these are different sites that you can find information related to what you have searched. For example, if we search ICT definition and we press enter. So these are different web directories that you can get information from. Meanwhile, as a reminder, let me make an advert or an announcement. We have a session at 1 p.m. that will guide you how to search the internet effectively. So don't miss that session at 1 p.m. Then more to that, we have looked at social networking. And under social networking, we have looked at Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms. How many of you have not seen Facebook before? How many have not seen Facebook before? Raise up your hand. We can help and show you how Facebook looks like. By show of hands, all of us have seen Facebook. That's good. And we are using WhatsApp. Okay. And someone's hand is up. Who is that one? Okay, we continue. Then electronic commerce, conducting businesses online. We have looked at examples like Jumia. Which other one? Which other one? Members, raise up your hand and give an answer there. Those companies that trade online. Yes, Manuel.
Global.
Global. Rachel.
Gigi.
Yes, Joanna.
Kiku.
Kiku.
Kikubo.
Amazon. Amazon.
Kikubo.
It uses something called Kiku.
Oh, yeah. So here, for example, Jumia Uganda, someone could go and do shopping for maybe I need phones, I need home appliances, I need anything. Let's say I need under computing. You could order for computers, you could order for hard disks, you could order for flash disks, anything. Let's say I go to Gigi. You can also order goods, even cars in Gigi, they are there. So here you search for what you want, or you can even choose from here, and then they will bring all the categories of the products that you need. You buy goods online, even they are cheap. You can get this one. Huh? Okay, more to that. This is for who? This slide goes to who? Who is ready to take us through this slide? Okay, Joanna, again. Joanna?
Cloud computing. Do you get me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Cloud computing, a service in which computer software, hardware, and data are used remotely over the internet instead of acquiring and using them on a local computer. Then, we have search engines, software programs that look through the web to locate sites matching a keyword entered by the user. Keyboard,
Okay.
a string of letters or words that indicates the subject to be searched.
Could you please read this word?
Keyword, I'm sorry, keyword.
Okay.
String
So,
of letters or words that indicates the subject to be searched.
okay, thank you. Here we are looking at cloud computing. Tell me, you can see my screen? You can see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources via the internet, with pay-as-you-go pricing. Instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and databases on an as-needed basis from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Services. Organizations of every type, size, and industry are using the cloud for a wide variety of use cases, such as data backup, disaster recovery.
Members, can you see my screen well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can proceed. Cloud computing.
Email, virtual desktops, software development and testing, big data analytics, and customer-facing web applications. For example, healthcare companies are using the cloud to develop more personalized treatments for patients. Financial services companies are using the cloud to power real-time fraud detection and prevention. And video game makers are using the cloud to deliver online games to millions of players around the world. With cloud computing, your business can become more agile, reduce costs, instantly scale, and deploy globally in minutes. Cloud computing gives you instant access to a broad range of technologies so you can innovate faster and build nearly anything you can imagine. From infrastructure services such as compute, storage, and databases, to Internet of Things, machine learning, data analytics, and much more. You can deploy technology services in a matter of minutes and get from idea to implementation several orders of magnitude faster than before. This gives you the freedom to experiment and test new ideas to differentiate customer experiences and transform your business, such as adding machine learning and intelligence to your applications in order to personalize experiences for your customers and improve their engagement. You don't need to make large upfront investments in hardware and overpay for capacity you don't use. Instead, you can trade capital expense for variable expense and only pay for IT as you consume it. With cloud computing, you access resources from the cloud in real time, as they're needed. You can scale these resources up and down to grow or shrink capacity instantly as your business needs change. Cloud computing also makes it easy to expand to new regions and deploy globally in minutes. For example, Amazon Web Services has infrastructure all over the world, so you're able to deploy your application in multiple physical locations in just a few clicks. Putting applications in closer proximity to end users reduces latency and improves their experience. No matter your location, size, or industry, the cloud frees you from managing infrastructure and data centers so you can focus on what matters most to your business.
Okay, who can share with us what you've learned from cloud computing? You raise up your hand and share your ideas about cloud computing. Yes. Yes, Benjamin.
It can help in expanding your business globally.
Okay. Another one? Another one? David. David Katete. Talk about it. Okay, but you have seen the video, you've seen what cloud computing is, you've seen advantages of cloud computing. So we can continue. Then we talk about search engines. So if you have your web browser, remember the web browser can't work without search engines. So one must have search engines. One must have search engines. So you go to tools, settings. So under settings, you come to search engines. And then here, you see a variety of search engines, Google, Bing, Yahoo. I remember last time we looked at how these search engines behave. So if I choose Google and I open a new tab, I type, let's say, doctor, or I type coronavirus. type coronavirus, maybe in Uganda. This is how Google will display the results. Let's see how another search engine will display the results. So go back to settings. And we choose another search engine. Apart from Google, we can choose Bing. After choosing Bing, let's see when we search coronavirus, how it appears. Coronavirus in Uganda. This is how Bing displays its results. I'm sure you can see the difference. And here on top, it always shows you the search engine you are using. At times it is to the right. For example, let's choose Yahoo. And we search using Yahoo, coronavirus, you search. So Yahoo, this is how Yahoo displays, and this side it is showing you that you are using search engine Yahoo. So that's how they show the difference. Different search engines have the way they display their content. And so those are some of the services we can talk about when we are using the internet, and many more. So to wrap it up, we have looked at different services to do with Telnet, email, mailing lists, internet relay chat, file transfer protocol, news groups, etc., up to search engines. So I will leave an activity, which is a practical one. Let me see if I had opened it. Those who have computers, you will do this kind of activity. I had opened it. Check around here. So I'm going to send this activity. Can you see this activity here?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to send this activity is about Microsoft Word. And I will accompany it with a video so that you are able to get help where you feel you need it, and then you submit it to my mail. This is the practical one. We have had a theory one. So those who have computers, endeavor to attempt this activity. Any questions from the lesson we have had so far?
Are you going to put the email also in the WhatsApp group where you're going to send the work?
Those of us who have always asked my mail, I can as well put it here. So my email is, this is my mail. You can note it down. You've seen that mail? So members, yes. That is my mail. That's the mail you can use to put the work that I will share on your WhatsApp group. We had gone as far as Yaaka services. Please, we would like to continue teaching you, would like to continue facilitating you. You get good services now and again, whether schools are opened or not. You can continue receiving our services with Yaaka. Online learning goes for 500,000. Please, we don't have monthly payment. You have to decide once with your parent and go digital. Because we can't allow you pay monthly and yet we want to monitor you, we grade your assignments and maybe promote you to another class. So monthly may not help us. Topical, you may not even finish a topic in a month. So you need to decide once and take on the entire subjects for your class. All subjects are taught. We have all the staff on the ground to take you through all your different combinations. Maybe you can as well access content for 2 days free on our site. You can read for a month 20,000. You can access for 3 months, 50,000. Access content for 6 months at 70,000. Then for a whole year at 100,000. This is content access only, no teacher is involved. Alternatively, download the subject at 10,000, or we can send it to your email, or all subjects for your combinations at 50,000 since you are in secondary. For primary, all subjects 30,000 for their class, e.g. primary 4, primary 7, like that. Any question from this slide? Any question that I can address? I'm going to send the assignment on the WhatsApp group. So the 2 files that will be shared on WhatsApp, I will even add a video for that assignment. If there are no questions, I can end here. Thank you for your active participation and listening. It was an engaging lesson. Catch you later. Don't miss the session on how to effectively search the internet at exactly 1 p.m. See you there. Bye-bye. Mwebaze Franca, you have joined late. We are finishing the class. We are actually going away. Grace, you say you are not on WhatsApp. Where did you get the link from? Grace?
I was meaning I'm not in the WhatsApp group you're talking about.
Senior 5?
Yeah.
Where did you get the link from?
Okay. Somebody sent it to me and I've been using it all day. No, that somebody sent me the timetable, the schedule for each and everything, and sent me the code, the passcode, everything.
So you have been attending all the classes minus being in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, and it has made me miss a lot of lessons.
Are you ready to join the system and subscribe?
Yeah.
Okay, let me send you the number here. You text me. Which combination do you do?
I do math, economics, technical drawing, stroke ICT.
Use that number to reach out to me.
Okay, thanks.
You've seen it?
Yes.
So reach out to me. I can add you in one of the WhatsApp groups for easy monitoring and the rest.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Frank, you joined late. We are leaving the class. But you will get the notes. You will get the notes in the WhatsApp group. I'm sharing them now.
Okay, thank you.